Okay. Hello, computer engineers, aka the MCA or the BCS students. This is Jatin with rockgrow. In this particular video, we're gonna decode everything about computer science engineering, MC or BCA interview question process reviews round. Everything will be discussed today. When we talk about the problem statement that we have identified, guys, when I was in my college preparing for those HR or the technical interview questions, when I used to do internet research, I used to get a tons of resources which generally occupy or take away my entire day or two in order to pick the question that could be asked in my next interview. So what I did for you guys is to scan through all those portals over Google and YouTube and handpicked some of the most commonly asked questions that will be there in your next interview. Not just this, I went into the conversation more with the tech engineers working with different companies under the domain of computer science and asked them what are the top questions that could be asked to a fresher or experienced people and created a list for you guys. Talking about the targeted people, so people as a fresher or experienced, targeted companies like Infosys, TCS, Genpact, Accenture, SCL or any other IT company. In this particular video, I'm gonna give you the entire list of questions that will be there in your next interview. If you want responses as well, then what I expect from you guys is to like this video and subscribe to the channel. If I reach 500 plus likes, I'm gonna connect with the the technical person working in these companies, invite them in our video, and gonna provide you all the relevant responses as well. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel right away. Talking about the interview process, pretty much straightforward, guys. You can either go to the career portal or you can connect with the employees working with these companies via LinkedIn and ask for employee referral. When you get sorted with this round, then we have group discussion of the aptitude round to filter out all the irrelevant candidates. Then we have HR telephonic interview, core interview, followed by the training part as well. If you're someone who is really serious about their career, then we have this workshop on our website that decode everything around creating a job-oriented LinkedIn profile, resume, cover letter, formal emails, cracking HR interview round, connecting with the hiring manager and the employees of those companies to win employee referrals. Everything will be discussed. I'm going to provide the link in the description section that you guys can actually scan through after completing this video. Technical interview question, again the most repetitively asked questions around those different tons of websites and videos that I've scanned through. Pillar of OPS, object oriented programming language. Differentiate between C, C++, and Java. What is call value and call by reference? What is SLDC? Describe your task concerning a SQL server deployment. What do you know about JavaScripting API? Can you think of a use case? You're given a positive integer x. Your task is to find and return the minimum number of steps x has to take to get reduced to 1. Longest palindromic substring. Given a string y consisting of lowercase English letter, you're supposed to return the longest palindromic string of y. You're given a list of string dictionary that represent the correct spelling of words and a query string query that may have incorrect spelling. You have to check whether the spelling of the string query is correct or not. If not, then return the list of suggestions from the list dictionary. Otherwise, return an empty list which will be internally interrupted as the correct string. So we're not just talking about those basic questions or differentiate between C, C++, Java. We're talking about more like a practical oriented, coding and the technical profile questions. Because end of the day, if you are cracking those interview rounds of these e-learning giants, we're talking about a salary package of 20 lakhs plus, right? So you have to be ready for these sort of complex interview questions as well. You already have the list, right? So all you have to do is to prepare for the answers. If you want my help in preparing those answers, just like this video, right? 500 plus likes, I'm gonna invite a technical profile person who's gonna help you to provide these responses. How do you typically troubleshoot problem? Can you give me a step-by-step example? Tell me what you know about virtualization and containerization. Do you have any specific experience with tools like VMware or VirtualBox? Data structure and types. You have given a long type array list ARR of size X. It represents an elevation map where ARRI denotes the elevation of the height bar. Print the total amount of rainwater that can be trapped in these elevations. You are given an infinite supply of coins of denomination y, y0, y1, y2 up to yn minus 1. You need to figure out the total number of ways x in which you can make the change for value v using coins of denomination from y. Print 0 if a change is impossible. These are going to be your key questions that you have to be prepared. So it may happen that, let's say, the last question may come to you in a different form, but it's going to be coming to your next interview round. So make sure you are preparing for those interview questions. Next one we have is coding, and then we have the HR interview round. Let's get started. Now when we talk about coding questions, then these are the topmost questions that generally being asked. Differentiate coding and programming. So these are very basic questions that you should know differentiate between coding and programming, differentiate between HTML and CSS. What do you know about the role of a developer and a designer? Computer program used to write code. Have you know how you can actually reverse a string? What is palindrome string? Write a code for me. How can you remove duplicates from arrays? Print a binary tree in vertical order. How to convert number string to integer in Java? Write a code to reverse a sentence of digit. Write a code to reverse a string in Python. Write a code to combine two languages. So these are the most repetitively asked questions available online via personal call that I've done to IT system engineers, right? If you guys want the practical answers to all these questions, all I expect from you is to like this video and subscribe. If you're gonna help me grow, I'm gonna in return help you grow as well. It's a mutual work that's gonna happen here. Now when we talk about the last slide that talks about HR interview questions, so these are the top most HR interview questions that can be asked in your next interview. Tell me about yourself. That's generally a basic question that everyone asks to make sure the next person who is actually appearing for the interview should feel comfortable, right? That's the whole objective behind tell me about yourself question. Why do you want to join us? Why should we hire you? Right? These are the two ways this question can be asked. The other ways as well, that why do you think you are the best role for this particular position? Tell me about the company, right? Questions related to the company and the responsibilities that you're gonna handle. That is where the job description comes into play. Tell me about your strength and weakness, short-term and long-term goals. Why is there an employment gap? Why do you want to change? Salary expectation. How will you handle a pressure? Future of programming language. So these are the top most and repetitively asked HR interview questions that will be there in your next interview round. Make sure you are preparing answers to all those technical coding and HR interview question list that I've compiled for you. It took me around 1 month to prepare this particular video. Please make sure you're liking this video right now. Now when we talk about the next step, I'm also targeting around 500 plus like on this particular video. Not just this, for specifically for HR interview questions, we have already compiled that workshop for you guys, where in particular day 8 we're gonna talk about HR interview questions. So if you want to just look at the HR interview questions, I would suggest that just day 8 and day 5 should be your preferences, right? When we talk about the entire job research, then we have day 2, day 3, 4, 6, 7. But you have just before the day of your interview, then I would suggest day 8 and day 5 are going to be a day which you should watch. These are free of cost registration that we have over our rockgrow LinkedIn off campus workshop. All you need to do is to click on get your dream job, register for free, and explore the content for free. That's something we can do right now with respect to preparing for those HR interview questions. If you want part 2 to go live as soon as possible, considering like this video right now and subscribing to the channel as well, I provided a Telegram group link in the description section, making sure you are joining that particular group to get instant updates on new videos, on questions, on updates, anything that we have for you guys in order to meet your end objective. So we look forward to your presence in the next video. Till then, namaskar.